I don't know who you think you are. Get back over there. Hey, gentlemen. Alright, those of you who are a witness to the typewriter's accusation, or excuse me, crime, go ahead and step forward, step down on that couch to my left. Alright, the rest of you keep in mind this is an alpha trial. Not provide an opinion, nor can nor can any of you represent the defendant in this matter. You may simply observe. Once again, if you are a witness and would like to testify for or against this trooper, you may fall out and do so and start sitting on the couch. Alright, then I'll take your silence as a no. That means none of you are permitted to speak until the end of this, or until we enter recess. Does everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Yeah. Witness, you are not permitted to speak, get up, or do anything until you are called upon by either the defendant or the prosecution. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. All right. This court-martial hearing will now begin. Who will be the prosecution? All right. Apparently, we do not have a prosecution, so I will appoint one. Shock Private Second Class 5012, you are now appointed the prosecution for this case. I will remind everyone this is an alpha trial, therefore the defendant will not receive any sort of legal counsel. It is up to him to defend himself based off of the trial type. As I said, speaking out of turn is completely unallowed, and you will be taken to the brig immediately for doing so. All right. This hearing will now begin. Prosecution, your opening case.
Let me look over these notes real quick. Looking at these, reports, who was there? Okay, reading over these reports, there was a trooper injured on one of the laps, and it is said here that, a private third-class typewriter shot him in the head. How do you plead How do you plead?
Guilty.
I'm sorry, could you please say that again for the court?
I plead guilty.
Okay, and then there's a second case where it says a mysterious entity started to carry a body away from the second lap. That's fucking weird. Anyways, it says that it started to float away and all of a sudden people started shooting at it, and most of the people reported that you were the one who shot the body. It was at that point when the body fell from the sky, and according to the autopsy, had multiple broken bones, a large hole in the stomach, and intestines literally falling out. How do you plead to that?
Not guilty.
All right.
The
Now-
prosecution...
Hold on one moment, prosecution. Defendant, I will allow you enter into a guilty plea with the prosecution. You would be transferred back to Camino, you would be reconditioned, and then transferred back, should you accept the deal. Now, since you've also stated that you would wish to enter a non-guilty plea on the second charge, that poses an issue. Do you understand that if you are found guilty on that non-guilty charge, your punishment will be treated twice as severely?
Could I have a moment to think on this, please?
I will give you 30 seconds.
Alright, I've reached a decision.
Oh, just in time. Fantastic.
I would like to
What is your
change
decision?
my plea. I would like to change my plea to guilty on all charges.
Understood.
Sir, before we continue, I would like to ask the Navy guy who was there, Mustang, if he could recall what he saw.
Crewman Apprentice 7451, please take the stand with the prosecution. Please take the stand with the prosecution.
Where would you like to start?
Please recall for us all of the details leading up to the accused crimes.
First crime that was first involving found by me. It was actually found by the typewriter. I was a witness along with another trooper. After
froze and told everyone to go into the bunker to clear it out. Decided to say mercy. That it would end. Out of the coma at all. Quick death.
Out of character, your microphone is quite low. It's very difficult for me to hear you all the way over here. If you could please speak up.
Can you hear me better now?
That is 1,000 times better. Thank you so much. Continue.
10-4. Oh, the second crime. There was me, 41st Sergeant Cosmos, and also typewriter medic. Of whenever first stabilized Captain Thorne's body after a lat crash that we found, and then we were attempting to stasis Captain Tank. In the middle of stabilizing Captain Thorne, it seemed that Captain Tank's body was being floated off by a mysterious force. We don't know why. We do not know what it was. We just seem it was a specter of sort. And in doing so, whenever it's floating away, Tank instantly got out his DC-15S and started firing at the specter of sort, and it seemed like he could have been possibly hitting Tank while he was floating off. And eventually the specter did let go of the body, in which it hit the floor, in theory creating more damage to the body itself, because the specter possibly getting angry from from the medic shooting, or other means. We do not know. But the body did fall, and it possibly could have broken more bones. And it seems that possibly...
prosecution...
I'm sorry, what was that prosecution?
I think we have enough evidence, sir. I don't think we need to waste any more of this well-educated man's time.
Thank you, Private Second Class, duly noted, and I do believe you are correct. Crewman Apprentice, thank you so much for recanting those facts for us. Please go take a seat. Alright, Defense, what would you like to add to that?
Just a few things.
Alright. There will be order in this courtroom. I don't want to hear you moaning into your microphone. Continue.
Sorry, I was just stretching. And so yes, most of that was true for both charges. However, I'd like to point out a few things about the second charge. First off, as the captain was being ferried off to some faraway land, we all started shooting. That included both the crewman, the 41st soldier, and I. And obviously in that sort of tense.
So are you recommending that everyone get court-martialed then? Because it sounds like all of you shot at the captain.
Well, that's because we weren't shooting at the captain, we were shooting at the thing that was trying to ferry him off.
So you're saying that you accidentally killed the captain?
Not particularly. So
okay.
as...
Oh, so
I'm gonna need a definite on
as-
that. I'm gonna need a definite on that one.
As the court knows, the autopsy on the late captain found a very large hole along with many broken bones in most of his entrails. Exterior. However,
Where do you think the hole came from?
There will be order in this courtroom. You will let the defense speak, prosecution. Please, continue, soldier.
Well, to answer your question, Mr. Shock, that hole most likely came from before the flying incident. Sorry.
I'm sorry, sir, is there
hole.
something funny?
No, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
The hole was actually rather old when we found it. Plus, how could a fall create a hole that large and remove the intestines? No.
So you're just
it
gonna
was a
keep lying in my
middling
courtroom?
hole. It wasn't... Sorry, what, sir?
So you're just gonna keep lying in my courtroom? There's helmet cam footage, son. I have your helmet cam footage.
But sir, that hole was there when we found him.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
Ah! Ah! Won't have any lying in here.
We saw the hand cam footage. You shot that fucking body.
Prosecution, please. I will have order in this courtroom.
Alright, let's say, hypothetically for a moment, that I did shoot him. I was wielding a DC-15S. Shooting something with that gun does not create a hole that allows something as large as your small and large intestines to fall through. They're both very long and rather thick.
Are you a medical expert or something? Because, I don't know, maybe you just shot him a buck.
I'm a medic. Or was a medic.
But do you have a degree?
Okay, prosecution, let's keep this serious, please.
I rest my case.
Alright, so
yeah,
you've
what
given
we
me...
were
Ah! I will have order in this courtroom. Alright, now that there's order in this courtroom, now that we have order... Sorry. I'm sorry. Alright, we will be taking a 5-minute recess so I can establish the order in this courtroom. Get the fuck out.
Speaking of order, I really want some order too.
The fuck out of my courtroom.
He'll probably just yell at you.
5-minute recess.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'll get yelled at.
Yeah, that needs to be fixed.
Okay, man. I'll try it.
Getting court-martialed for disturbing a court-martial.
Don't worry.
Although I did kind of want to
You just
apply
gotta
for
change your name.
Hey! Shut that shit up! You shut that shit up! I will have order in this courtroom.
Speaking of order, I'll order some Chinese.
What is
Okay.
China?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Okay. Court is back in session. Prosecution, do you have any closing statements?
This man here did say he was done guilty, and I think we should kill him.
Duly noted, prosecution. Defendant, do you have any closing remarks you'd like to make for everybody?
No, sir.
Okay. Alright, you are found guilty on the first charge of murder, and on the second charge of murder, you are found not guilty due to circumstantial evidence. The sentencing for the case you have been found guilty on is Kaminoan reconditioning. There is a lat awaiting you in the main hangar. However, we are going to make you go to the funeral for Captain Tank, seeing as he was one of your commanding officers. And then you will be boarding that lat. Alright, this court session's adjourned. Everybody get the fuck out.